trouble is, I still have pig parts to find in the sewer. So yeah, we'll go talk to the Baron, because when we come out the other side of the sewer to rig up what we need to rig up. I think you're lost, Scav. This door goes to Uptown. No place for the likes of you. Get gone. Actually, I have an appointment to see the Baron. Wait, that was you? Ah, shit. My mistake. Leroy, open the gate. We got a VIP here. Sorry for the mistakes, sir. Mistakes happen. Once. Go on about your business. Likes of me? You like to rephrase? Love machine. I am in.
Well, if it ain't one of them scavengers, how are you? You had to trade in some of your tech?
You know, it's a nerd dungeon. I feel like that's supposed to be Legend of Zelda. The unshaven man looks at you briefly before returning to his game. Yo, what's up, scavenger? Got anything good for me? Who are you? Huh? Did the Baron not send you here? Well, I'm Wheeler. Resident tech genius, radio host, and knower of all wisdom. What's up? Got something to trade? What's that you're doing? Oh, Legend of Dungeon Tale. Yeah, no, it's a Legend of Zelda clone. Or, in reference, parody. The first one. Released back in 19... Yeah, no, it would definitely be Legend of Zelda. It's actually pretty gnarly. I'm grinding for gems and mercury. Yeah, no, it's Legend of Zelda! The more I read, the more it's just Legend of Zelda. So I can upgrade my platinum sword to the promotional Coca-Cola blade. Oh, why not just get the meat, bro? The guidebook said it was awesome. I didn't understand any of that. Huh? Dude, it's a classic. Every magazine I have mentions this game. People in the old world used to talk about this game all the time. I mean, it had a sequel as well, but it was hella bad. They killed off the main character and made it so you had to sit through boring conversations for, like, hours, man. This one is much better. I don't know if that's a shot at, like, Link's Awakening's character interactions, but you do have to do to a point. Cool. Can I have a go? What? Oh, sure. Just, like, later. Dude, I have to finish this run and go back to the Crystal Spire, or I'll lose my progress. And Mirkwood is, like, high level. These barbarian samurai are tough. It's not for newbies, man. No offense. Is this all you do all day? Nah, I got loads of stuff I do. All the water purifying, all the power systems. I'm like on break right now. But it's not easy trying to find someone else here who knows the tech. Bet you $20 you can. Purifying? How hard is it to boil water? Sure, like, duh. God, I hate it when people say that. Look, boiling water is okay if you're just using it for yourself. But a group or a town, you'll be wasting energy and fuel boiling it all. We run ours through sand and charcoal layers in the old reservoir vats. A lot of the water here is contaminated with radioactives and heavy metals. We spray it and into... What the fuck? Aerate it, and stop the water tasting flat. Then we sterilize it using vats sitting in the sun. Vats in the sun? I understand that algae has to get into water in order to grow, but your filtration process would require more than just charcoal layers and so forth. You need a semi-permeable membrane and a lot of, like, pressure to get through the... I mean, oh boy. We make gallons of stuff and it stays clean for days. I see. What else do you do? Yeah, it's awesome. I run the generator, cycle the water purifiers, fix the lights. I also examine any rare tech that comes through here to see if we can salvage it. We're always looking to modernize and automate. Well, I already got the bike, so that question's a bit redundant. Where do you get your fuel from? Most of the generators run off wood gas. I didn't come up with that idea. But I did set up the batteries so we could store the power overnight. We don't use gasoline, but we have lots of trees. All you need is wood chips or sawdust. Filter out the gas as you burn it. Ours use water scrubbers. Then you cool it and run it through an engine or fuel cell. Okay, so change the subject. What can you tell me about the Baron? Oh, the big boss? It's pretty cool. He let me set this place up here. Uptown is rad compared to the shanties out in Lowtown. He lives in the manor. Got a kid and a wife. She's a real babe. Cute mom type. What does he like to work for? Okay, I guess. He built this whole place himself. Though of course he always thinks he knows best. Sometimes he can't do anything new unless you, like, literally show him a better way. Like, he knows everyone is pissed about the water rations, and I get that we need it to keep trade coming. But it's like, he won't even consider another way of doing it. Water rations. I don't know, man. I mean, we need to keep the food supplies up. The soil around here is, like, really bad or something. The water gets a crap price compared to fresh food and medicines, so we're always getting cut short. I probably shouldn't be talking about this to you. You trade all the water? Yeah, anything we don't use for farms or save for rations. I mean, it's not so bad in Uptown, we get a bit more, but the people in the shanties, they barely get enough to drink, let alone to wash or cook with. I don't really like to think about it. You need to talk to the Baron about it. That's his business, dude, but he won't listen to you. Trust me. What you do here looks like a sweet gig. Okay, no, we already did all that. Do you buy tech? Yeah, dude. Baron said I could use some of the spares to barter for rare pieces we can't find in the junkyard. But I'll take a look at anything electronic you're looking. I found a video game. What? Oh man, let me see that. Is this something cool? Homesick Alien. Yeah, it's E.T. They're making an E.T. reference. He grabs the cartridge from you and examines it. Holy shit, dude! Do you know what this is? This is like one of the rarest games you could ever find. How the hell did you get this? He jams the cartridge into one of his machines and turns it on. Why is it so rare? I read about this in a magazine. Well, back in '83, games were big. Huge, even. They were pumping out copies by the hundred, all over the world. Thousands of dollars spent on marketing, production, distribution. And then we got the crash. Crash? Alien Visitor. It was supposed to be a marketing thing for some big-ass movie or something. Yeah, it's E.T. Huge budget, revolutionary graphics, year-long production. Hell, they even got some big-name actor dude to agree to have his face on the box. Made him one of the characters you could meet. Oh, so it's pretty good. Ah! Nah, it was supposed to be a huge pile of shit, it was supposed to be a huge pile of shit. Okay, well that's odd. It was supposed to be big, and I think it just ended up being a huge pile of shit. They hit delay after delay after delay, and when it finally comes out, the thing is a broken mess. Characters in the game would die or disappear for no reason. Sometimes all your clothes would disappear, and it takes forever to boot up. Looks like the rumors were true. Now I feel like we're taking more of a jab at modern gaming. Mixing your metaphors a little bit might cause confusion with people who don't think inside out the box, if you know what I mean. Sounds like you know your history. Oh, I hella know it. Ever since I learned how to read, I've been reading every book, paper, and magazine I could find. Apart from the Doc and maybe the Baron, you won't find anyone else in this dump who understands computers, medicine, or sanitation. Ever read anything about the war? Huh? Well, that one is a real mystery. I've read newspapers, talked to old folk. No one seems to have a clear answer on what started it. And some of it just doesn't fit together, you know? A lot of what you hear is weird, man. This thing is taking forever to... Oh, man, this thing is taking forever to boot. I wonder if I need to blow on it. Weird? Like what? What? Oh, like the war itself, man. A lot of people talk about this big war being the reason everything got fucked up. But you can't read about it. No one remembers it. They just remember the sirens and the bombs, and then suddenly mutants start showing up. Hell, some of these pulp magazines talk about shit getting funky before the bombs. Fucking weird, man. Sounds it. So, the game. Want it or not? Fuck yeah, dude. Shit, here. Have something as thanks. He hands you a heavy bag of tools and scrap. Man, I thought they buried every single copy. I want to see for myself what this thing is like. I bet I can't get more than 4 minutes into the thing before it soft locks. Huh. Alright. Well, have fun. To the Baron, who is not very loquacious. A middle-aged man wearing a lab coat and with a heavy revolver holstered at his waist is busily scribbling in a notepad. He doesn't look at you as you approach. I'm looking for the Baron. He ignores your greeting. Do you know, before the collapse, the men of that age had recovered over 80,000 species of edible plants. Many of these varieties are now nowhere to be found, placed by a multitude of species previously unknown. And yet the humble maize corn, which has changed the least, one might wonder why that would be. Okay, no, it is, and yet it is the humble maize corn which has changed the least. It looks like the fruit is doing better than we are. I suppose it would seem that way. The plants have learned to adapt and thrive in this new world. Humanity, however, seems to be chasing the same tribal goals we always have. Fighting over scrap, killing each other for bullets and gasoline. We fester, unchanging, amongst the ruins of a bygone era. Right. So you must be the Baron. Yes, I am the Water Baron, though I didn't choose that name. It suits its purpose for now. However, we have much to discuss, you and I. But first, I believe you have something for me. Yeah. The seeds? Here. He takes the bag from you, examining it carefully. Finally, yes, yes! These are the ones. They must be. And they don't look a day over 70. Incredible. Ah, here. Take a small measure of compensation. You prefer scrap, don't you? Now, do you know what these are, Stalker? Some kind of super seed? Before the war, many influential botanists worked together to create a strain of wheat that could survive even the end of the world, resistant to heat, radiation, vacuum, cold, even age. A plant that could grow anywhere, they say. It's even said that they succeeded. Now I can finally put their work to the test. Sounds good to me. Hope it works. So do I. The soil around here is almost toxic now. Oh no, the soil around here is almost toxic. Now, the reason I called you here and broke our normally strict separation is that there is a dilemma this town is involved in that I believe can benefit the both of us, if we can work to solve it. I'm listening. Now, I know why you're here, and what you were trying to do. You want the road north opened. I'm afraid at this time that such a thing is impossible. Not only are we dealing with an occupation of raiders in our territory, but it may have come to your attention that there is a vast force of mutants moving through the area. Until these problems are dealt with, the gates to the north shall remain locked. Why have you locked the gate north? We have left that gate locked and unmanned in the hopes that the mutants will pass by our town without noticing us. This applies to travelers such as the raiders, and yourself as well. Any traffic moving up that route may eventually be tracked back here. I cannot allow that. We are already under siege. Why are the raiders a problem? They have occupied the scrapyard to the east. While they are here, the risk of a conflict breaking out is high, and we are cut off from our supply of metal and parts. We don't have the firepower to engage them directly, and the raiders have already declared their intentions to take the town. Regardless, any fighting may be loud enough to draw the mutants back here. We both know this, so we're at a stalemate. Any idea where the mutants are headed? As far as we know, the vast majority of the horde is heading north into the mountains and national parks. We don't know what is driving them from the city. A few other towns have already been overrun, but they don't seem to be searching specifically for food, as most migrations have shown. Years ago, they were disorganized and came this far only rarely. Now they seem to have a hierarchy, and numbers we thought impossible. What exactly do you expect me to do about it? Simple. You, Stalker, are very good at something. Getting into places and getting out. You're going to sabotage the roamers' ammunition and fuel supplies, and you're going to do it with a minimum of noise and bloodshed. Once that has been dealt with, we can come to an agreement. Where's the ammo and fuel stored? These people are organized. They aren't likely to store ammunition within the vehicles. Too risky. They'll store it in a compound of some kind, away from heat sources and fuel. My guess is the warehouses on the south side for the fuel and for any large gas tanks. Most likely they'll use the ones already present in the scrapyard, but you might have to improvise. How will this stop the roamers? It won't, but it will neuter them. Most of their vehicles mount mortars or heavy machine guns. They have the firepower to take the town, but not the raw numbers. Without the artillery, they'll bleed themselves dry on our walls. I'm hoping Garavito will see the sense in this and leave, or at least be willing to negotiate. How am I supposed to do that? We can provide explosives. A set of thermite bombs, as Wheeler refers to them. These should be sufficient to destroy their stores without a large enough explosion to draw the horde. He's also made them extremely simple to operate. Fine, but this won't be easy. I'll need a reward. I can provide scrap and ammunition if you do this for me. Perhaps more. And of course, you'll have free access to come and go as you please. I do not relish using you as an asset, stalker. But given the circumstances and your timely arrival, you can damn well bet I'm going to do it. Alright, so what do I do? Should wait until the majority of the horde moves on. It'll take an hour or two before we can make our move. Finish any business you have and then return. I'll explain more in detail. So first, I'm going to save. And let's do it. Are you ready? Most of the horde has moved on. We're going to strike. We should do it now. I'm ready as I'll ever be. Here, take these. He hands you 4 timed explosives. See the armor if you need to trade for more ammunition. Try and do this quietly. The less gunfire, the better. You can use the tunnels to reach their compound. If you think you can talk your way through the front gate, however, that would be even more effective. Already done. How do I know I'll have the right spot? Well, that should be obvious when you find each point. Try to find a good spot for all 4, enough that the majority of the supply is caught in the blast. Oh, and do remember to take cover. They have a timer, and Wheeler is rather skilled with this sort of thing, but I can't guarantee they'll all go off when they should. Define quietly. As in, don't shoot everyone in the camp. Try to find an entrance that is least likely to result in a full battle. I don't know how well guarded their supplies are, so I understand that things may become complicated. However, I trust you'll deal with any obstructions as quickly and discreetly as possible. Alright, we'll see what happens. Very well. Be off now. I have to get these seeds planted. The dry air may damage them. Just have that reward ready. I don't need to talk to the armor. My ammunition stores are not terrible. Except for my gas, but that's mostly because of the biodome. Now, since we're committed to this route, we can offer up the spores to the doctor as for studying a curative. I found some spore samples. Oh my, let me see those. She takes a cluster of spores and examines them. These are really fresh. They look swollen, almost mature. I won't ask where you got these, but you perhaps bring me at least 3 clutches, just like this one. I want to run some tests. I have some more here. Excellent! Let me take those. She carefully tips the spores into 3 glass trays. There we go. Oh, have some scrap for your trouble. I can imagine this wasn't easy getting... Yeah, you have no idea. If you find any more, I will pay extra. It will be good to have more test samples. I found another cluster here. Will this help to find a cure? I don't know. I might be able to come up with some sort of antifungal treatment. I hope I have a book about this. I'll have to see what these things react to. always a guessing game with medicine, but thank you. This is at least a start. Good to hear. I'd be more interested in finding out if I could sell medical kits, but that's not really an option.